All right, welcome here to my weekly English lesson. Again, this is the lesson that I teach to my students, and I'm going to go over it one time and post it. Maybe someone will enjoy it or learn from it. And I always like to talk about my week. So, as you see here, a new refrigerator equals a new home. Now, why is that? Why would someone say something so ridiculous? Can you figure out why? As you can see in the pictures, my son and my wife, they are in a giant refrigerator box with a light, a cat watching a show on their phone. And on the right-hand side, you see my son running in and out of the box. He's having great fun. I had a lot of fun as well. Growing up, I remember getting a big refrigerator box or a washer and dryer box and turning it into a fort, playing in it. It was amazing. It's nice to see that some things are timeless. So I wrote a little story. Now, of course, my son is only 3.5 years old. This story here is called King Chaya's Cardboard Castle, and it's based on my actually childhood, what I did with my refrigerator box. And I have my students read this, going through, asking questions if they need help with the vocabulary words. And I like to work on pronunciation. So for this sake, I will read it one time slowly. Chaya was a creative boy with a big imagination. One sunny day, his parents brought home a new refrigerator packed in a gigantic cardboard box. Seeing the box, an idea popped into Chaya's mind, sorry. Quickly, he dragged the box to the backyard. With his favorite markers, he began his work. He drew a large door and several windows on the box. Before his eyes, it transformed from a plain box to a marvelous castle. Each day, Chaya spent hours in his cardboard fort. He pretended to be a heroic knight, an adventurous explorer, and even a powerful king. His cardboard castle was more than just a box. It was his gateway to countless adventures. Through this simple box, Chaya discovered the magic of imagination and creativity. So from this story and in my lessons, I will ask my students if they had experienced this or something like it. Usually they have, whether it's a cardboard box or in some cases they didn't have that opportunity, but they still talked about making the tents inside the home under a table, putting a sheet over the table or something like that. So a lot of dialogue. Again, my lessons do focus on the dialogue, expressing yourself. I try to elicit some responses and then jump to a little vocabulary, matching the words. Here we go. These are all the adjectives in the story that I want to make sure you remember. And again, gigantic, that's usually a difficult word for pronunciation. Double G's, each G has a different sound. The first one has the J sound and the second one has the G sound. So gigantic, I'll match them up for you. You can try to do them on your own. I'm going to go through them quickly. Gigantic, extremely large in size. Marvelous, wonderful, extremely pleasing. Heroic, full of courage. Countless, many or too much to count. Adventurous, eager to explore or try new things. A couple words I like to focus on here. Well, heroic. Heroic is the adjective for hero, which is the noun, right? Hero. Notice that the stress is different, right? Hero, heroic. It's kind of like photograph, photographer. Sometimes the stress on the syllable changes. Those are important for pronunciation and sounding natural or when speaking. Next one is nouns, matching the nouns to the definitions. We have imagination, refrigerator, explorer, night, and gateway. Remember, refrigerator, we can say it. The short word for refrigerator is fridge. What's interesting, though, is that we actually add a D in there. So refrigerator, and then the short form is fridge. So it's kind of interesting. Why does that G come in there? Just because it sounds like that anyway. Imagination, the ability to form ideas that are not in reality. Refrigerator, E, an appliance used for cooling or preserving food. Again, we can talk about different ways to preserve food. Talked about pickles a lot in another lesson. Explorer, a person who travels in search of discoveries. Knight, notice the K is silent, a medieval soldier. A lot of area to talk about what is medieval. Again, I won't go into all those in this lesson. Gateway, an opening that serves as a passageway. Now, the last one, we only have 3, and those are our verbs. We have transform, pack, and drag. Transform is to make a thorough change of something. It can be physical or a character, right? We can go through transformations in ourselves when we develop a certain characteristic or pack is to put things into a container, usually in an organized way, and drag is to pull something with effort or difficulty, right? It's usually harder than pulling. Pulling could be easy. Dragging is putting a little more strength or effort into that. So then I like to ask some questions about the story. Who is the main character of the story? The correct answer is Chaya. And then what did Chaya use to transform the box into a castle? This is fun because it's less English, more on the details. So those are all reasonable answers. But if you remember from the story, it was markers. And the next one, where did Chaya place his new cardboard castle? Again, paying attention to detail, it was in the backyard. Next one up is, what did Chaya pretend to be while playing in his cardboard castle? The answer is a king. And what does the word transform mean in the context of the story? We already talked about that a little bit, but important word, to change, right? A lot of people know about transformers, the robots that turn into vehicles or connect together to make spaceships and all that. Toys that were popular when I was young, but I know they've come back and made their presence in modern times as well. Last one, what can you infer about Chaya from the story? Go ahead, read them, pick your answer. The correct answer is, he has a big imagination. That's right. And then I have a riddle. Here's the whole riddle. I can be opened but never closed, walk through but never moved, and I can take you to a new place without leaving your home. Now, there are a lot of answers that could probably suffice. I highlighted the last part because that's what I want to focus on. I don't necessarily think this one, I can be open for sure, but never closed. That one's not that good. That might throw you off too much, but this is related to the story. The answer is imagination, right? That's the main thing. Your imagination can take you places without leaving your home. You can open your imagination. I guess one could argue you could close your imagination, but think positively. Yeah, once you open that imagination, it's not going to stop. So that's a riddle. I like to share things on my land. This is a leaf bug, and I will show a video of this cute little leaf bug, and a little bit about my life. But actually, let me share the sound here too. Sit back and watch. So this is one of those leaf bugs. There's many different kinds of leaf bugs and stick bugs. This one definitely resembles a leaf. It's kind of like a grasshopper. We found him in Pakbong with this morning glory right here. And we're gonna delicious eat food. We ate that. He was blending in really well. You really couldn't see him when he was in there, huh? Delicious. Go ahead and we'll put him on the Chaya tree. That tree is called Chaya tree. Well. It's also known as Mexican kale. It's native to the Yukon where's that peninsula in like north east Mexico, Yucatan, something like that. Yeah, that's where this comes. We actually have several South American and Central American and Caribbean plants like the chumcha tree. What do we? I don't know. It's called like a rain tree. A lot of cool things that I don't know if they're the Portuguese, maybe we're bringing over seeds on purpose or whatever. They flourish here. Even the papaya, which is key to Thai culinary dishes, they've been using it for over 400 years, so it's nearly native. But if you look at its genetic origin, it looks like it originated in the Americas. So that's some interesting stuff. And that leads me to my next part of the lesson, which is not the leaf bug, but similar. It has a back that kind of looks like the leaf bug. It's the praying mantis. Now, two more reading excerpts here. Why is it called the praying mantis? I have my students read this. The praying mantis got its name because of its prominent front legs, which are bent and held together at an angle that suggests the position of prayer. It's worth noting that despite this peaceful image, the praying mantis is a carnivorous insect and an excellent hunter, using its front legs to quickly snatch its prey. And you can see it. You can see it in its front forearms, or whatever you would call those spikes. And I talk about some words: prominent meaning dominant, and carnivorous. The adjective again for the word carnivore. I talk about carnivores are meat eaters. Omnivores are those that eat meat and plants, and then herbivores, which are vegetarians. And like a lot of insects, they are these ones are carnivores. Some, of course, are herbivores. And then I talk about the word prey. Isn't it interesting? This word prey and praying mantis, we could actually call it the praying mantis and use an E. Prey, what is prey? Prey is the opposite of predator. Prey is a noun. It can also be a verb. To prey on someone is to make them your prey. And in this case, the praying mantis does prey on smaller animals, smaller insects like the fly. And then that goes on to the Thai name. In Thailand, we call the praying mantis the Muay Thai insect, because, which is more accurate. It's not praying. It's not a peaceful little praying animal. It is a vicious beast. And this pose, while looking like a person in prayer, is actually used for hunting. With swift and precise movements, the mantis catches its prey, much like a Muay Thai boxer would strike an opponent, right? We have this. I have some videos of my Muay Thai fights. Sometimes I'll throw them up there too, but you can just YouTube Chris David Muay Thai. A couple of those will pop up. And then I ask the questions here. Why is the praying mantis named so? Go ahead, look at those answers quickly. I'm going to give you the answer. Can you find it? It is C, because of its front legs are held in a position that suggests prayer. Despite its peaceful appearance, what kind of insect is the praying mantis? It's not an herbivore, which is a vegetarian, so it's not an herbivorous. I've never used that word before. Herbivorous insect. It's not a pollinating insect like a bee, which pollinates flowers, which are in great decline, largely probably because of the pesticides. We don't use any pesticides, not here on this land, but we do see neighbors using it. We have a lot of bees. Luckily, hopefully they keep coming back. I don't know where they go. Carnivorous insect is the answer. Omnivorous insects, there are surely some omnivorous insects too. The next question: how does the praying mantis use its front leg? The answer is for hunting. And the praying mantis pose is compared to a Muay Thai boxer because of what reason? Go ahead and read those ones. Yeah, not the ability to kiss an opponent. Of course not. It's the ability to make a swift and precise movements to catch prey. So there we go. You have a little idea. I'll keep posting these, and eventually I'm going to do this live on Twitter. Do some sort of live free lessons, maybe, or create some sort of something or other. But right now I'm just doing it because this is what I teach every week anyway. I figured someone might be able to gain from it. So I'll be developing it over time. Give me your thoughts, give me your insight, and we'll go from there. Have a good evening. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.